What's up? Welcome back, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Justin. People call me GDT. We're going to do some trading today. 3 trades today, all on the smaller side, but stacking them up for some nice wins to start the week here on Monday. Let's trade. Alright, so first trade today actually took a while for me to find it, not until 10:40, and it was on wheat. Yes, that wheat. The wheat ETF here for the price of wheat. I saw it popping up here into the 20s on the scanner. I took it easy because it's a wheat ETF, so in 100 shares there at 11.91, and wasn't really expecting too much of a pullback here on wheat. I was like, you know what, if we can get 20 cents or so, at least we'll have gotten a trade in on the day and say we made some money. So in there at 11.91, looking for below 11.70 if it wants to make a move down through the 11.70 area here on wheat. I've never traded corn or wheat or whatever other commodity you can think of, so it was kind of a first here. But I did watch it a little bit last week when it was popping up some, so I decided to give it a go today after watching it last week, and it looked like it kind of moved the same when it made these intense moves. So that was the thought process here on wheat, W-E-A-T, and we're just waiting to see if it can get down below 11.70. It's getting down 11.71 there on the bid. Looking for a break of 11.70 though. Not going to click it until we get under 11.70 there on the bid. It's trying to get down there. Some sellers stacking up at 77, 74 there. It's under. I click the button. I get filled at 68, so better than 70, and we'll take a small win on the day. This thing actually ended up crashing almost immediately down to 11.40 though, so that's okay. Second one here was on NOV. You can see it on the scanner below me hitting into the 20s. I was watching it here and it was kind of making some moves all morning, but this was definitely the biggest and fastest and most intense move on the day. So I was looking for it to get through the 2250s here and see what it does. So I'm watching it here. You can see it running into 2250. It gets a slight push there and almost immediately stalls. So I guess go ahead and get short 100 shares here on NOV at 2255. So pretty good entry there, and I'm going to look to scale out of this one unlike I did on wheat, just because I'm more familiar with this type of stock than a commodities ETF. So first candle moved down pretty quickly down to 22.30 or so there. I'm looking at the chart and I think I can get at least 22.20 on half of the position size here if it wants to come down a bit further. So I'm thinking about putting an order out and just letting it sit there because this one's a little choppy and spiky back and forth, so I don't want to miss it just in case it does one of the quick down spikes. Normally I wait for it, as you saw in wheat, but this time I'm going to go ahead and put the order out there at 22.20 for 50 of the shares to buy back half of the short position and then try and get some more money on the rest of it. So it's kind of hanging out in the 30s here for a minute, but then it starts coming down. We're getting into the high 20s, low 30s, and I'm just looking for that little move down to 22.20 to get the first 50 shares out here on NOV down to 22.25. Can it get down to that 22.20 range? And yes, you can see how fast it made that quick move there. So that's why I had the order sitting out ready to go at 22.20. I'm now looking at it and I think I can get the next 25 probably on a push down towards 22. So I'm going to front run that one a little bit. I'm going to put an order out at 22.01. 22.01 with 25 of the shares, looking for this move back down towards that whole number. So I go ahead and put the order out there just above 22, waiting to see if I can get a fill there, and it does another quick spike down and fills me pretty much immediately there. So down to 25 shares here on NOV. Another 5 minutes or so goes by and it's starting to go sideways, so I have a previous order out there for take profit down below 21.81. And I go ahead and I look at it and I'm like, okay, if this thing comes back up above 22.10 now, I'll just put a stop there for the remaining 25. So I've got a target out and I've got a stop order out if it wants to go back up. Meanwhile, while still in it though, PDDs, you can see it alerting into the 30s on the negative intensity scanner here. I'm watching it as it pushes down 37.50. I see it hit that 37.50, get a little bit below and struggle to move anymore, so I go ahead and get long 50 shares here at 37.50 on PDD. And you can see it hitting there into the low 30s on the negative intensity scanner. So in PDD long here, 50 shares, 37.50. I think I can get at least 25 of the shares out on a move back up through 38. So I go ahead and get ready on my order entry screen with 25 shares with a limit price of 38, looking to see if we can get a move up through there. There it goes. I take those 25 shares off. So now we're down to 25 shares long of PDD, 25 shares short in NOV. And I'm watching PDD here, and it is a long, and I don't like those as much. So I'm thinking if we get over 38.35, I can just go ahead and take the rest of PDD off here at a win there. So I'm watching it, and it's kind of chilling around this 38.20 mark. I'm waiting to see if it can get up through that 20 mark and push up higher towards that $0.50 around the 50. Have my limit order set with those 25 at the 35 mark. Now it's pushing up, quick move there, and I go ahead and click it and get filled at 38.44. So almost 10 cents higher than I was happy to take, and quick winner there on PDD to the long side. Then we switch back over to NOV just a minute or so later, and it's going to push up and get us stopped out the rest there on NOV. So 3 trades in, didn't get any until later in the afternoon, but all 3 of them were green. So nothing big today on the wins, but once again stacking them up, and we'll take those on the days that I can't find the big boomer plays. I will take stacking up the little wins all day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I'll see you later.